Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the tone review on the Black Tiger 6-string bass by Ken Smith basses. So in part 1, I kind of just demonstrated the different configurations for your slap style, your finger style, tapping, and just kind of kept everything like in a neutral position or kind of cut the treble or cut the mid and just kind of show you what I would normally do in a situation and what I think is best. But in this video, my intent here is to just max out the EQ, right? So I want to show you how aggressive this EQ could be. I want to show you the extra headroom it has in any situation, right? Some situation I could think of is maybe you might not have the best amp in a backline, right? You might not have the best amp head and it might be like kind of underrated, undersized for the gig. But this EQ could possibly save the day because it has way more than enough headroom. Far as I understand from the Ken Smith manual, it's 15 plus or minus 15 dB. So you could either cut by 15 dB or boost by 15 dB, and that's plenty of headroom for any situation you may encounter. And just for you guys, I want to be more aggressive, right? If you might want more bottom end, or you might want more mids, you might want to, focus it and dial it in right where you want it, right? You might just want that specific sound. So I just want to basically demonstrate the capabilities of this preamp today. So let me go ahead and just leave everything at flat. Basically, I have my series parallel switches both in series. So right out the back, the output is going to be very strong. So I'm going to play a groove with it flat, and then I'll do something else after that. Alright, so now I'm going to boost the bass well above flat to maybe all the way. Let's try that. Let's just go for that. So right away, you could just tell that it got a little bit thicker, beefier. That's even a word. It just overall the presence is just very strong in the low end. So I'm gonna use my palm mute technique to kind of demonstrate how great it is for like a palm muting type of thing, right? So it's just lush and thick, and it's there if you need it, right? It's just, if you need that little bit more low end, it's there. So what I'll do here, the next thing I would like to demonstrate is a configuration that I didn't cover in the last video. So a good thing to do while slapping is to do the mid-range scoop, which is that kind of Marcus Miller type slap tone setting. So what I'll do here is I'll scoop the mid-range, so just zeroed out. I'll boost my bass well above half and boost my mid-range well above half. So let me play a little slap groove here for you guys. So as you can tell, it just sounds way much just thick and just snappy, and it's just overall to me it's a very idealistic slap tone. So this one was the mid-range scoop with the treble boost and the bass boost. So now what I'll do here is I will put the bass back flat. I'll leave the mid-range boost, and I'll boost the treble and play some chords so we can see how that sounds. Wow. present, and if you need it, it's there. Uh, Let me do this here. I will take back some of the bass. I will kind of pan the pickup selector back to the bridge, and I will drive the mid range. Drive the mid range up. Take back the treble maybe a little bit above half. Play some chords again. Wow. So right at the bat, it has a lot more character, a lot more color. Me personally, I probably wouldn't use this setting, but it's there if you need it. Again, it's there if you need it. But this bass could give you a lot more character than you would ever imagine or need just by boosting the EQs. So I'll try something else. I'll probably boost the bass again, boost the mid range, and scale back some of the EQ, maybe a little bit below half line, and play a little groove, see how it sounds. All right. So now I'll play the same groove, but I'll set it flat so that way you can hear the difference between the two tones. Yeah, so right off the bat, it's just different characters. So just by boosting the EQ, you get a little bit more different characteristics that you would get if you just left it flat, and you know you just may need that sometimes. It just depends on the venue you're playing at, or depends on the song, depends on many things. Many variables may um, play upon how you will set your EQ up for a gig or for a studio setting. So let me kind of play with the bridge pickup, or sorry, the neck pickup now. Play with the neck pickup. I've been doing a lot with the bridge, so I'll probably do the same type of thing. Boost my bass, boost my mids, leave my treble probably around a little bit below half. Yeah, so it just has, like I said, again, it just has so much character than just playing it flat like this. Yeah, so guys, you get the picture here. This instrument is just a workhorse. It could cover every situation, as far as a studio setting, a live setting. It has you covered. It's a professional instrument. Reason why, I'm not going to go into the depths of the financials, but the reason why this instrument is so valuable, um, is because it's a professional instrument. It's next level. The EQ is just brilliant, especially for a bass guitar. I think it's one of the most brilliant EQs because it just gives you so much. Some other things that I like to talk about, specifically with the bass, is that the control cavity, the back here, you can't see it as far as like the inside, of course, but it's shielded, so you have no noise in the from your no feedback from your speakers, or I'm using my headphones as my monitors today. There's no noise. It's noise free. There's no pops. There's no crackles. There's not any of that. As soon as you plug in, it's ready to go. Whether it's in the studio or whether it's live gig situation, it's professional sounding. And one thing I can say about this, when I'm playing this kind of instrument on a live gig, is that I'm getting the professional sound, and everyone around me is pleased. I literally took this out on a gig, and everyone around me was pleased. For the very first time, you know what I mean? Compared to using other basses, I've used so many other basses. When I took this bass out, everybody was like, whoa. Like all the other musicians that don't even care about bass guitar, other than, it playing its role in the band, of course. But as far as like caring about like what kind of bass or the sonics, this really kind of like showed people like, wow, okay, what a bass guitar could really do. What I mean? What are the capabilities of a bass guitar? So, it's just a great instrument overall. Uh, like I said, kind of tying back to the tone, the EQ, it doesn't get any better than this. The pickups are awesome. It's very open. It's very transparent. It's very, what's the word? I guess active in the sense that, the output on the pickups itself. If I tapped on the pickups or over the strings over the pickups, you you just get like kind of like a sub kick sound. You know what I mean? Because these pickups are very hot as far as the output, and they're amazing. They're very amazing. I can't think of anything else that I would want from a bass guitar as far as electronics goes, because it got that and plus more. So guys, if you're looking for, just to wrap this up, if you're looking for a bass guitar that has a clean sound but yet could be aggressive when need be, this instrument is the instrument that would deliver this. And I would highly recommend having this in your arsenal of basses. So guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. But one more thing I like to talk about is the dip switches. So there's some dip switches in the back cavity, the control cavity here, obviously inside, that allows you to dial in your tone further. For example, there's, for you guys that kind of understand sound engineering, is you have different frequency bands, right? You have, like, for example, a good one is mid-range. Most people may think mid-range is just literally where it's at, mid in the middle. But there's low mids, then there's the mid-range, and then there's high mids. The same thing with treble. There's lower frequencies of the treble. It may start like at 5 kilohertz. Don't quote me on this, but probably 5 kilohertz all the way up to 20 kilohertz. So that's considered high, the highs, right? So as you can see, it's a range, right, from low to high within each frequency band. So within the bass frequencies, there's low to high. Within the mid range, there's low to high. Within the highs, there's low to high. So what you get with the dip switch is you could dial in even more into the frequencies that you desire. So if you're looking for a very, very low bottom end, you can configure your low end from the dip switch to that. And basically, when you boost and cut from the control right here, you're boosting and cutting from that specific frequency. The same thing goes for the mid range. The same thing goes for the highs. So the dip switch give you more flexibility. And I'll let Ken Smith, answer any more questions on that. He's the master at that. You could definitely reach out to him and ask him about that. He definitely provides a type of performance specification sheet on how to use the EQ, the series parallel switches, the dip switches, and it's a great sheet. I have it. Basically, if you buy a brand new bass, whether it's direct from Ken Smith or through an authorized dealer, you will get that sheet. And if you have further questions, you can always call Ken Smith. When you call that number, he picks up the phone. So, like I said, I would highly advise. I'm not gonna get into dip switch today. If I do decide to get into it, I'll make a part 3. But I would highly advise, if you know, are looking for more specific tones other than the ones I showed with the configurations, I would highly suggest either reaching out to Ken Smith or just ordering the bass. Ordering the bass and using your ears, and kind of configuring the bass to what you're going for. So I just wanted to give you like a high level overview of what you could expect from the Black Tiger basses with my part 1 and now my part 2 video. And I hope this was helpful for you guys that may have questions on what it really sounds like, and to kind of clear up any myth behind this instrument. Many guys may say that this instrument could only do one thing. It's a one-trick pony, but as you can see, it has different characters as far as like when you adjust your EQ, you get some different tones. But don't get me wrong, overall it is the Ken Smith sound, but you can get a little bit more bite or a little less bite depending on how you set the EQ. All right, guys, I've exceeded my time here. So if you have any questions, please always either you can comment, you can send me a direct email, or sorry, you can send me a direct message. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, those places. Please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube for more videos like this. I have plenty of more things coming up. I'll probably do some comparisons between my 5-string Ken Smith versus my 6-string, tone-wise, build spec-wise, all that kind of stuff. So guys, I really want to fill in that void that's on YouTube. So please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video if you like it, and look out for more.